Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we are going to be using Kazuki's top 4 worlds team once again with Yveltal, Groudon, Tapu Koko, Metagross, Incineroar, and Mimikyu. If you want to check out Kazuki's team report or his Twitter, I'll link them down in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. The common question of today is, what Pokemon are you looking forward to in Sword and Shield? One of the new Pokemon, whether it's a Galarian form or one of the new Pokemon that was introduced. Let me know which Pokemon that you are most excited for Sword and Shield in the comments down below that we have seen so far. I have not really caught up too much news on the forms. The starters haven't really super interested me either. I think Galarian Ponytail was probably the most interesting thing to me. The Farfetch is like alright for me, but it's like it doesn't really scream out to me. There wasn't really much Pokemon that I can really remember that like super caught my interest. So of course I haven't really been keeping up too much on the Sword and Shield updates, but let me know which Pokemon in the comments down below has you most excited for Sword and Shield, which is coming out in less than a month, and we'll also be playing some VGC 2020 on the channel, so look forward to that. But otherwise, we are currently playing VGC 19 as it's still going to be the format. And also, people have been wondering, am I still going to be doing VGC 19 once Sword and Shield is over? And the question is no, I'm going to be moving on to Sword and Shield. Even if we don't get the rules, which I would be really surprised if we don't get the rules when Sword and Shield announces for the 2020 format. I mean, I'd still rather be experimenting around. If there isn't like a format announced yet, I'll just be playing like probably like whatever the VGC ladder is. I think it's like a master ranking or something, but that's what we'll aim for. But otherwise, it is gonna probably be taking a while to find this game, so I'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. All right, we got our first opponent from Japan with, oh, looks like Graham Amity's team. We have that core of Lunala, Kyogre, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, the Nihilego, and Lunala. And also a fun fact, I believe they both played at Worlds for the elimination match, so this should be very exciting indeed. Let's see what we can bring here. I like Yveltal's really good. Mimikyu is also really good here too. The problem is we don't have anything faster than a Medicham other than Tapu Koko, and we can't get a knockout, which is actually pretty big. Maybe I just lead Tapu Koko Yveltal as the lead, I think. I bring Metagross? I don't think I bring Metagross. I definitely bring Groudon, and I think I bring Mimikyu, because I think Mimikyu is good if I can get Trick Room up, because my opponent's team doesn't have anything that can deal with Trick Room effectively. If I can get Trick Room up, I can pretty much sweep under Trick Room, especially since I believe the only Pokemon that has Protect is actually the Nihilego and Kyogre. The Tapu Lele doesn't carry Protect since it's Scarf. The Tapu Koko is Assault Vest on the team. The Medicham is like, was it fake out Bullet Punch, Poison Jab, High Jump Kick, so it doesn't have Protect, and Lunala has the, I believe it was Tailwind Roar and Double Attack. Okay, yeah. From my memory. So, let's see how this is gonna go. This is definitely a matchup where I think we should have the upper hand, but the Medicham is still really scary to deal with. Medicham is definitely a scary Pokemon to deal with in this spot. And I might have to play some mind games against my opponent, so we'll see what my opponent does. Going to be the HM Lunala. Okay, no surprise there as the lead. Now I gotta play a mind game. Whether do I go for a... This is gonna be tough. I want to Volt Switch into Sucker Punch the Medicham slot. But I'm just, yeah, because he would fake out the Yveltal if he would fake out. Or you're either faking out or going for High Jump Kick. I just don't know if Lunala stays in or not. I think I'm going to go for Volt Switch plus Sucker Punch. I think it's the safest play, because I could get Mimikyu in if my opponent doesn't decide to go for that play. But yeah, I think we're in an okay spot, especially since you have to fake out my Yveltal, because Yveltal just threatens to knock out into the... well, it just threatens a lot here. There's not much my opponent can do. Fake are going to come out into the Yveltal, no surprise there. I'm able to get a Volt Switch off, which is nice. Into the Medicham slot, so I get some chip. Get some good chip. I can go out into my Mimikyu here. Even if it's a Moongeist Beam I'm taking, I think that's completely fine for me, actually. So, let's see here. Get Mimikyu in. Yeah, Tailwind is going to go up, so that's actually really good here. So the question is, what are you going to go for with the Lunala? I'm thinking it's just Moongeist Beam. I think I can just go back in the top of Coco and click Sucker Punch into the Medicham slot. My opponent didn't know I was going for the foul play that turn, and I think you have to go for a high jump kick here into the Yveltal slot. Yveltal's just so scary to deal with right here, and I think you're just going to go for the Moongeist Beam into my Mimikyu slot. Although I guess maybe you could Bullet... No, you wouldn't Bullet Punch my Mimikyu, since Moonraze goes through Disguise anyway. Or Moongeist Beam does. Sucker Punch going to come out into Medicham. I'd be surprised if this doesn't KO. It does KO, which is nice. Oh wait, we're timid, aren't we? That could have been scary. Here comes the Moongeist Beam though. I think the Tapu Koko should live this attack since the Luna is not max special attack and this Tapu Koko does have investment. It does, which is nice. So that's really good right off the bat. Nihilego going to come out. Okay, but then Nihilego... Sludge Bomb. No, it's Acid Spray, isn't it? Acid Spray Power Gem. I mean, I don't think my opponent has an option to set up here, so I think I'm just going to double protect here. Yeah, I'm going to double protect here because I can still have the last turn Tailwind. I also can find out what my opponent tries to do. We're actually going to see the hard switch here from my opponent into the Kyogre, so... Okay, no Tapu Lele, which is interesting. Definitely interesting. I think I'm in a pretty good spot overall, though, I feel like. Because I think I can win the game off... I think my opponent is going to go for a roleplay Spout afterward. Yeah, that's what I would imagine my opponent does. So I'm pretty sure it's a Power Gem here. I could have Snarled here, which is unfortunate because the Snarl would have been really good here. A Power Gem is going to go out into the Yveltal slot, which is fine. I think I'm going to attempt to Electro Whip. Do I need an Electro Whip? So I think the answer is no. I think I'm actually going to go for the Guardian of Alola into the Kyogre slot. And a Sucker Punch because I feel like your play is actually to go for a Water Spout role play because it covers the Groudon switch and you would get to knock on your Yveltal if I don't Sucker Punch here. So, Sucker Punch the Kyogre. It is going to be that role play. Yep. I do catch that, which is good. Alright, nice. Nice. Yep, Water Spout. And that Sucker Punch should allow my Yveltal to guarantee survive this. Wow, that actually did nothing. That did nothing. I'm gonna go Mimikyu here. Mimikyu to play, I think it is. I could go Groudon here too. I was actually hoping the Water Spout would activate my Berry. I forgot, I know that's Timid max speed, but I thought the chip damage into Water Spout would have been enough. We'll go Mimikyu, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mimikyu. And Trick Room? I'm just wondering if Trick Room is my best play here. I think it is. I think I'm just going to attempt to Trick Room and go Groudon here. I'm worried about Power Gem into Ice Beam into the Yveltal slot, but I think that's fine. I think I could also see Kyogre switching out into that Lunala, but we'll see what happens here. I'm going to go Groudon here. Against Power Gem Ice Beam or Acid Spray Ice Beam, I suppose. I think both are fine. I could have also Z moved the Kyogre slot, but I just don't know if Z and a Shadow Sink would KO the... I don't know if it would KO the Lunala, so let's see. It is Acid Spray coming out into the Mimikyu slot, so maybe it's an Ice Beam coming out instead. Or maybe my opponent's just going to go for Spout here, which actually would be the best case scenario, I think. But I'm thinking he would Ice Beam. Let's see. No, it's an Origin Pulse instead. Okay, that's actually beautiful for me. I'm able to get Trick Room up, which is really good here. I think Nihilego would want to protect here. Like the terrain disappears. Okay. I'm pretty sure that this allows me to get a play rough here into the Kyogre and Eruption because I get to break Sash on Nihilego if it doesn't protect, and even if it does, I think I'm in a fine spot regardless. So we'll go for Eruption plus Z move into the Kyogre slot, and if Kyogre stays in, I just get a KO. Even if there are double protects here, I think we're still in a fine spot. Yeah. Because I'd get Chip on Kyogre, and then next turn I can just double up the Nihilego with a Shadow Sneak into Earth Power. Kyogre going to protect, which is fine. Let's see if it's a double. Nope. So smart play from my opponent. We will be able to get an Eruption off into the Nihilego. I wonder if it's an Acid Spray coming out into my Groudon. Because I know there's no Power Gem available from the Nihilego slot. I mean, no Continental Crush. So I think we should still be fine regardless. Let's see how much this does to protect. I didn't need my Z move once Tapu Koko got eliminated from the field anyway, and I could have maybe just went for the play rough. I think that would have been a fair play, but regardless, I don't think that it's really necessary. So let's see here. I was just gonna do to the Kyogre. About like 15%. I mean, if the Kyogre didn't protect, I was not knocking it out unless with the Eruption double up. Power Gem gonna come out into Mimikyu. Okay, it doesn't pick up a knockout, which is good. I think Shadow Sneak and Nihilego makes a lot of sense here in Eruption. Because I knock out the Nihilego if it stays in. I don't think Kyogre stays in. I really don't think Kyogre stays in. Yeah, it should always switch on to Lunala. And the double up in the Lunala didn't really help me here. Maybe if I Shadow Sneaked into that slot in Eruption, but that's fine. Because this Eruption should just put the Lunala into range of Shadow Sneak anyway, which is what I'm aiming for. I hope it does. I think Eruption should do at least 35 to 40% into this Lunala right here, and then Shadow Sneak should finish the job off. So, here comes the Eruption. Yeah, I think Shadow Sneak should be able to pick up the KO at that range. And I'm gonna Earth Power the Nihilego slot. Probably Kyogre is gonna come in for the Nihilego, I'm guessing. And a attempt to Moongeist Beam, I think, from my opponent. Into the Mimikyu, maybe? I think we're just in a great position regardless, because my opponent doesn't exactly have a good spot here. Because I think I clean up the end game with my Yveltal. Like, I'm very confident that Yveltal just cleans up the end game. Lunala gonna retreat here, which is an interesting play. Into the Kyogre, okay. Why not preserve that instead? Are you gonna go for a double protect with the Nihilego? I guess that's your only out here, right? No, you don't. So I'm able to knock out the Nihilego, and I think that's 100% game. Because I'll get an Earth Power off into the Nihilego slot. I guess if Shadow Sneak doesn't knock out Lunala, then the game gets interesting. I feel like Shadow Sneak should get the knockout though. I'll double up the Lunala just in case, because I can't let Kyogre get under Tailwind. But we'll see. I'm gonna go for the Earth Power into the Shadow Sneak, Earth Power into Lunala. And we'll see if this gets to KO or not. And also Kyogre has to attack this turn. I just don't know if the Kyogre's in range of foul play. I don't feel like it is. Shadow Sneak. Please let this KO Lunala. Oh, it doesn't actually, which does change the game. Unless Origin Pulse misses, then that game's, I think the game's sealed. Alright, Lunala goes down. Origin Pulse. Groudon avoids, which is huge actually. Oh boy. Like what I was thinking, maybe single target Origin Pulse at -1. As long as I hit the Snarl, we should be fine. I just don't know if Kyogre lives to foul play, so I think I would have always went for Snarl regardless. But the fact that the Lunala survived the Shadow Sneak was actually huge. Gonna Snarl here. And should I just Earth Power? Because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna Earth Power. Because it doesn't matter. I just need it to be spread, I think. We'll Snarl to Kyogre. Does -1 special attack. Let's see if the Origin Pulse, how much it does to Yveltal. I was actually hoping to hit the Yveltal because I'm very confident when it KO'd, but yeah, that's unfortunate for my opponent. Groudon goes down here, and we're going to be able to pick up a win because we're guaranteed to go for the foul play here. Yeah, going to go for the foul play. I just don't know if Yveltal lives the Origin Pulse single target after a -1 special attack drop, since it's timid. Gonna protect here. Don't know why. It doesn't really change anything. Foul play. But yeah, the fact that Mimikyu just didn't knock out the Lunala is actually kind of a shame. I remember it doing like at least that percent, but maybe that's because the Mimikyu's not exactly max attack, and the Lunala, I think on Graham's side, did have a small amount of bulk. Because I remember not having max special attack. So yeah, I'm just really curious if we would have been able to live the Origin Pulse single target, since it's like timid for special attack Kyogre, so it doesn't have any special attack investment. So I feel like maybe we could have, but it is Primal Kyogre in the rain, and it's still super strong, so can't really say for certain. But we will be taking a game 1 win, it looks like. Maybe I could have pressured more under Trick Room, I feel like. I think I definitely could have. Yeah, I feel like there are just multiple things that could have been done better. Specifically, I did call the right plays, but the fact is, maybe what I should have done was just go for the Snarl instead of that Sucker Punch. I just didn't expect, because the Water Spout just did so little damage to the Yveltal than I was expecting, even with the chip damage with Sucker Punch. So I think Snarl was a better play overall, because I'm very confident. A, I think that would have activated Barry at full health from the Kyogre, and B, I would have been able to get a Snarl off, break that Sash on Nihilego, and get my Mimikyu / Groudon into a great position afterwards. So yeah, I think overall that should have been better, but of course, I could have missed, of course, which would have been a shame too. But yeah, I think getting that read right was huge though, but I think I could have capitalized a bit more off getting that read, which is what I'm trying to say. But otherwise, we are going to continue on and look for another game. I'm just surprised Shadow Sneak didn't KO at that range still. Like, I know it's 4 times effect though. I know Shadow Sneak is a weak move, but it is stab at least, and the fact that Lunala is 4 times weak against it is, it's just kind of insane. But yeah, maybe I could have saved my Z move earlier because I knew the Kyogre was probably protecting it. But yeah, I think that was also another thing. Like, going for the Z move to protect, I probably could have saved the Z move. I didn't have to go for that Z move immediately. So yeah. Otherwise, I think we're just going to cut it out to our second game of today's episode. So we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Stud Baker as our next opponent, 1527 rating from the United States, with an interesting team. Necrozma, Dustmane, Kyogre, Serena, Golduck, Togedemaru, and the Salamence. So some interesting text. Golduck, a Pokemon that gets the ability Cloud 9, so all weather that is currently on the field, its effects are negated. Of course, that includes the primal weathers. Access to Soak, which is an interesting move, which can definitely be a factor here in this game. So yeah, let's see how this is gonna go. I'm really liking the Yveltal lead. Maybe the Metagross 2 is tempting. Kogo is also very tempting. I like Mimikyu as well in this game. I definitely want to bring Yveltal. I just bring Coco, that's the thing. Because Coco doesn't do much damage other than spreading it with like Nature's Madness, but pretty decent otherwise. I think I am going to bring the Yveltal. Incineroar is also not a bad lead, just because it gets intimidated. I think I'm going to go Yveltal Metagross though, with Groudon in the back for sure. And I'm thinking either Mimikyu, because I like having that speed option, because I feel like Groudon or Trick Room actually dominates my opponent, or the Incineroar for the Intimidate, specifically to help out against Immense. But I think I am going to go Mimikyu here, just because I really do like Mimikyu here, and I do want to show it off more. So because it is probably one of the more unique mons of this team. So let's see how this is going to go. I think we have the tools that are able to beat my opponent. But yeah, also the fact is Incineroar does limits our damage with foul play too, which is a concern. Yveltal Metagross will lead the field against the Salamence. Yeah, Salamence Togedemaru. Okay. So that's not too bad. I'm gonna be able to get a foul play off into the Salamence slot. I'm assuming it's Lightning Rod Togedemaru, but if it is sturdy, I guess that could be a concern. I think my best play is just to foul play the Salamence slot and get damage off as much as possible. And the Metagross, I'm just not sure if the Metagross outspeeds Togedemaru. I feel like it doesn't. But I feel like you should just fake out the Metagross anyway. I'm gonna go for stomping into the Togedemaru slot. We're gonna see Salamence retreat, which is an interesting option, into Necrozma. So that's a very interesting switch here and could be detrimental to my opponent actually. Well, Mega Evolve with Metagross here. I'm guessing that means my opponent was expecting an Ice Punch from the Metagross and is not faking it out. We'll see. Oh, it's not an Ice Punch. Here comes a foul play. Oh, don't tell me this is Electrium Z sturdy. Big damage in the Necrozma, which activates Policy, but that means it's not Ultra. So it doesn't have the Z move. Nuzzle gonna come out into the Yveltal, which is fine. So Yveltal gonna get paralyzed. No big deal. It actually benefits us in Trick Room, so that's alright. Here comes the Stomping Tantrum. It is gonna be that sturdy Togedemaru though. Okay. But that's fine here. I feel like I could Sucker Punch the Togedemaru slot and I could Stomping the Necrozma. Even if my opponent like switches out into Salamence, I think we're fine still. If I can get a free position with Mimikyu under Trick Room, I feel like I win the game. I think Stomping Tantrum should still knock out the Necrozma even with an Intimidate from my opponent's side. So we'll see what my opponent does. A Nuzzle spam is going to be a bit annoying, but we'll see. Especially if my opponent gets a double Nuzzle here. But luckily Sucker Punch does break through and is able to hit the Togedemaru. So awesome, we're able to hit the Togedemaru. And Stomping will go out into the Necrozma slot, but that doesn't really matter to me. As, let's see, Kyogre? No, Salamence, okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with just going for a foul play into the Salamence slot and another Stomping Tantrum into the Necrozma slot, because I'm pretty sure it KOs, and even if it doesn't, it just puts it in range of like Bullet Punch, Shadow Sneak, whatever I can really name. I'm gonna foul play the Salamence slot and again go for that Stomping Tantrum into the Necrozma slot. And we'll see what my opponent can really do, because I don't think there is any really good option that my opponent has here. There is the Kyogre probably waiting in the back, but I'm pretty sure Stomping will finish off the Necrozma as I mentioned before. Since we're Tough Claws boosted and we are an animate Metagross. Let's see if the Salamence has anything, because it can't knock out the Metagross in one hit. I don't think it can knock out the Yveltal at the range of that either. Here comes a Tailwind coming out, which is fine here. As let's see what my opponent does. Stomping will come out into the Metagross, which does pick up a KO. So Necrozma does go down here, and a foul play does get off. Luckily, Yveltal not taking any of those full paralysis. Salamence hanging on. Let's see if Kyogre comes in, which is probably the case. Yep. The question is, do I want to hard switch Groudon and risk it, or do I want to save it in the back and conserve it? Because I could probably win the game by just getting Mimikyu next to Groudon to win the game. I think both are fine. I think I would want to Snarl here. Do I want to Snarl here? Nah, I'd rather just knock out the Salamence, because Kyogre alone shouldn't be able to win as long as I prevent it from being able to use water type attacks. So I'm going to go Groudon for the Metagross slot. Reset that Intimidate. And I don't know, maybe Bullet Punch can knock out the Salamence if it's a hasty nature one. But we'll see here. Even the Salamence protects. Like, Kyogre can't really punish my Can't really punish the switch except with an Ice Beam. Doesn't do too much anyway. So let's see what my opponent does here. I'm guessing maybe it's like Double Edge into Spout or Ice Beam, but we'll see here. Could be a Protect too. That's just regular Protect, okay? Which is fine. Good Ice Beam from my opponent. It's into the Yveltal slot though, so... Oh, crit? That's fine. I honestly don't mind a crit here. That just allows me to get my Metagross in safely, and I can go for an Iron Head into the Salamence slot and a Protect with Groudon, and my opponent can't punish that at all. Unless I guess maybe if you have Thunder on the Ogre and you have like a fire move on Salamence, but that's super rare already. We're gonna go for the Iron Head in the Salamence and a Protect. And then we should be able to win the game against the Kyogre. I could have brought out Mimikyu for sure, but I just don't think it's absolutely necessary to bring up Mimikyu yet. Especially since, well, maybe I could have went for the Z move and Protect here. I think that would have been fine. Because I don't think Kyogre could have knocked out the Mimikyu. Crunch. Okay. Doesn't get a crit, fortunately. Goes for an Ice Beam, but it's in the Groudon. Okay, so it didn't matter if it crit anyway. Iron Head gonna come out into the Salamence and pick up the knockdown. That should be game because this Kyogre shouldn't be able to touch either one of my Pokemon, and yeah, like Ice Beam should be like a 3-hit KO into this Groudon. So while the Kyogre is busy chipping away at the Groudon, we should just be able to get a bunch of damage off. Ice Beam gonna come out into the Groudon slot. Yeah, like even if he kept critting, it's fine. Because I'm just getting too much damage off into my opponent. That actually didn't do as much damage as I thought it would, but here comes the Earth Power, and then I don't think another Stomping would KO, but like 2 attacks will just finish off the Kyogre guaranteed regardless. So, and we also had the Mimikyu with his Disguise active in the back, as the match is going to be forfeit, and we will be able to pick up a win in today's episode. So, I don't know, the Salamence switch was super confusing. I don't get why you want to just Protect there if you're an Immense instead of risking the Necrozma. Maybe my opponent was thinking about the Ice Punch, but I feel like, why don't you just scout that out instead of risking the Foul Play immediately, which is what I did, and the Necrozma took way too much damage, I felt like. So I felt that was like just super confusing, that the fact is I was able to get so much damage off immediately was just really hard for my opponent, especially in a matchup where I felt like I had the upper hand most of the time, because I felt like Yveltal, Metagross, and Groudon, the combination of it was just super tough for my opponent to handle. And the fact is my opponent risked the well, already like just gave away the Necrozma. Turn 1 was just something really big. Maybe my opponent was expecting the Dark type move, wanted me to go for it and then get the Nuzzle out, but Foul Play just did way too much damage to Necrozma, where it couldn't even take the -1 Stomping Tantrum from my Metagross. So yeah, the fact we were able to corner, just pick up KOs left and right, and then yeah, able to finish off the game with our Groudon next to some Pokemon to deal with the Kyogre. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, show support, share this video with your friends, and leave a comment down below. Answer the comment question of the day, which is, what a Pokemon in Generation 8 Sword and Shield are you looking forward to seeing the most? I think there are a lot of interesting Pokemon that are going to be coming out, and yeah, let me know which one is your favorite or the one you're most excited or interested in. But otherwise, you can check out Kazuki's team report in the description down below, along with his Twitter, also in the description down below. Let me know if you've tried Kazuki's team before, and let me know if you like it, dislike it, what you think about it. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to check out my other social media, all the side saves on the channel and more in the description down below. Thank you to all those who watch, especially those who support me on Patreon and Twitch. It really means a lot to me that people support me on those platforms, and can't thank you guys enough. But otherwise, yeah, if you do want to go an extra mile to support me, you can go check me out on those platforms. But otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.